History is filled with epic tales, grand empires, and incredible discoveries. We know so much about our ancestors because they left records behind stories carved in stone, laws written on clay tablets, and poems inked on papyrus. But what if some of the most important messages have been lost to us, hidden in plain sight, locked away in scripts we can no longer understand? Today, we're diving into the mystery of lost languages that even the brightest minds and most advanced computers still can't crack. Imagine standing on Easter Island surrounded by those massive, mysterious Moai statues. Now imagine finding wooden tablets covered in a beautiful, flowing script, unlike anything you've ever seen. This is Rongorongo. Discovered in the 19th century, this writing system consists of intricate glyphs, animals, plants, and geometric shapes carved in neat rows. What's fascinating is how you read it. You start at the bottom left, read a line, then you have to flip the tablet 180 degrees to read the next line, and so on. This style is called reverse Boosterfadener. Despite having dozens of these tablets, no one has been able to definitively decipher Rongorongo. The last people who knew how to read it vanished in the 19th century, taking their secrets with them. Were these historical records religious chants, or perhaps a genealogy of the island's kings? Some scholars believe it might not even be a true writing system, but a memory aid. The problem is, without a Rosetta Stone, a key that translates it into a known language, we're left guessing. The stories of one of the most isolated civilizations on Earth remain silent. Let's travel from the Pacific to the Mediterranean, to the ancient island of Crete, home of the legendary Minoan civilization. This was a sophisticated Bronze Age culture, known for its grand palaces, vibrant art, and maritime trade. They had a writing system called Linear A, used around 1800 to 1450 BC. We've found it on hundreds of clay tablets and artifacts. The script is elegant, made up of clean, linear symbols. It looks like it should be easy to read. And here's the twist. We can actually pronounce Linear A. How is that possible? Because the later Mycenaean Greeks adapted Linear A to write their own language, creating a script we call Linear B in the 1950s. A brilliant man named Michael Ventris famously deciphered Linear B, revealing it to be an early form of Greek. Since many symbols are shared between the two scripts, we know the phonetic sounds of about 80% of Linear A, so we can read the words out loud, but we have no idea what they mean. It's like reading a language you've never heard before. The sounds are there, but the meaning is lost. What we can gather from the context where the tablets were found, the numbers listed suggest that most of the existing Linear A texts are administrative records. Think of them as ancient spreadsheets, lists of goods, agricultural products, and personnel. But that's only part of the story. What about their myths, their history, their prayers? The Minoans were a powerhouse of their time, a culture so influential it shaped early Greece. Yet their own voice, their own stories, are completely lost to us. We see their world through the eyes of others, but we can't hear them speak for themselves. The language of King Minos and the labyrinth remains a frustratingly close, yet untouchable mystery. Now let's journey to the cradle of civilization, Mesopotamia. While cuneiform scripts from Sumer and Akkad have been deciphered, there's another, much older script from the same region that remains an enigma, Proto-Elamite. This writing system was used in what is now modern-day Iran, around 3100 to 2900 BC, making it one of the oldest undeciphered scripts in the world. Thousands of clay tablets have been unearthed, covered in a mix of abstract symbols and what appear to be depictions of objects. Like Linear A, Proto-Elamite seems to be primarily for accounting. We see symbols for numbers and what look like symbols for grain, livestock, and people. So we know they were keeping track of their economy. But the rest of the script is a puzzle. It doesn't seem to be directly related to any other known language, which makes it incredibly difficult to crack. Recently, a team of scholars claimed a major breakthrough, using high-tech imaging to analyze the tablets in unprecedented detail. They believe they've deciphered a significant portion of it, suggesting it was a phonetic system. However, their findings are still being debated by the wider academic community. If they are right, it could rewrite the early history of writing itself. But for now, the complex world of the Proto-Elamites, one of the first literate societies on Earth, is still mostly a blank page. Our last stop takes us to the Americas, to a discovery that could change everything we thought we knew about writing in the New World. In the late 1990s, Road builders in Veracruz, Mexico, stumbled upon a stone block covered in strange carvings. This became known as the Cascajal Block. It's not very big, about the size of a legal pad, but what's on it is monumental. It contains 62 glyphs, or symbols, some of which are repeated. We see what looks like an insect, a corncob, and other more abstract shapes, arranged in deliberate rows. What makes the Cascajal Block so exciting is its potential age. Based on the pottery found with it, archaeologists date it to around 900 BC if this is true writing. It would be the oldest script ever discovered in the Americas, predating other known systems by centuries. It's attributed to the Olmec civilization, the mother culture of Mesoamerica, famous for their colossal carved stone heads. The Olmecs were a mystery in themselves, and the idea that they had a fully developed writing system is a game changer. But there's a huge debate. Is this really writing? Or is it just a collection of religious icons or decorative symbols? The sequence of glyphs and their repetition suggest a real text. But with only one example in existence, it's impossible to decipher. We have no other context, no other text to compare it to. It's a single, tantalizing clue from a lost world. The Cascajal Block is a perfect example of how one artifact can both illuminate and deepen a historical mystery. It whispers of a lost tradition of Olmec literature that we may never find. From Rongorongo on Easter Island to the Cascajal Block in Mexico, these undeciphered scripts are more than just academic puzzles. They are ghosts of lost worlds. They represent entire libraries of knowledge, culture, and history that have vanished. Think about all the questions they could answer. What did the Minoans believe about their gods? What were the laws of the Proto-Elamites? What epics did the Olmecs tell? We tend to think of history as a collection of stories. But these scripts remind us that history is also a collection of silences. It makes you wonder what else is out there, waiting to be found. A single new tablet, a bilingual inscription, could be the key that unlocks one of these ancient codes and brings a lost voice back to life. But it also leaves us with a haunting thought. We always assume these ancient texts are records, histories, or poems. We look for stories. But what if we're wrong? What if the message wasn't a story? What if the message was a warning? A warning that they understood and that we, in our ignorance, can no longer read. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the unknown. If you're fascinated by the mysteries of the past, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into history's greatest enigmas. Let me know in the comments which lost script you find the most intriguing. See you next time.